What are you going to do? There's more on all of Wallace's stories on our Facebook page. Jeanette with a possible Olympic sport now.
An Olympic sport? I'm not so sure. This is Bob Gentil. He's a disc golfer. And a very, very good one at that. And I have to be honest and say I didn't know a lot about disc golfing until today. What exactly is it? Essentially, it's the same rules as golf, isn't it?
It's exactly the same as ball golf, but instead of hitting a ball round and ending up in a hole in the green, you throw frisbees. Wherever your frisbee lands, your foot has to be for your next shot, and then you throw it into a basket arrangement as opposed to a hole in the ground.
How popular is it here?
It's getting more popular all the time. It's being held up by the lack of city councils putting the courses into parks. We have about 200 people competing on our national tour, and we have 14 events from Queenstown in the south right through to Auckland. There's an event in Wellington next weekend, in fact, on the tour. And so the competitive side of it's pretty good, but there's hundreds and hundreds of people playing casually.
Yeah.
Queenstown's a classic example. There's a course right in the middle of the city, right in the Queenstown Gardens, the Botanical Gardens, and hundreds of people play that every day.
And it's a dedicated course, which makes it easy, doesn't it? And
Exactly.
lots of kids, you were saying.
Yeah.
Well,
in Queenstown, it's probably about the only thing you could do for free as well. So
very cool. You were responsible for bringing it to this country back in the 70s?
Yep, back in the mid-70s. There was a few of us that were travelling around the world, but we'd played frisbee here and enjoyed it and invented our own games. But I was sailing to the States on a yacht and stopped in Hawaii for a while, and I heard an ad on the radio saying that the International Frisbee Association had competitions at Konopali Park, and I went, what? It's organised frisbee? You're joking? And went along and found out about all the different disciplines and things, and came back to New Zealand, and we set up the the New Zealand Frisbee Association it was then, but frisbee's a brand name, and so nowadays it's known as flying disc.
Right.
We still call it frisbee because it sort of half explains what we do.
It's huge in the States. You were saying it's professional.
Yeah, it's massive. I've just come back from World Champs, and there was over $100,000 US in prize money up for grabs for players. It's professional in Europe and Japan as well, so there's probably 200 or 300 players in the world now that are earning a living from throwing frisbees.
That is pretty cool. Are you one of them?
I wish I could say yes. I've cashed once in the tournament, so I'm not in it for the money blatantly.
But you have been inducted into the Disc Golf Hall of Fame, and you are the only person in the Southern Hemisphere to have done so.
It was a huge honour. It was a huge honour. I got invited to the States to go to play in Worlds this year, because they said that I had to be there because I was going to be the first person from the Southern Hemisphere to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. And that's sort of the highest honour you can get in your sport, so I'm just over the moon.
That is very, very cool. And in your hand also here is the original pie dish that frisbees originated from.
I had to bring that along. That's where it all started back in the 50s. The Frisbee Pie Company in Connecticut, they started making pies. They sold them in those days in the steel, and so people bought their pie. They ate it. You can see where it's even been cut in there.
Yeah.
I found that in a junk shop in America, and they started throwing it round, and so they called it frisbee because that's what they've been doing. And then Ed Hendrick later on realised that there was a potential in this frisbee thing, so he bought the name frisbee because everybody was calling it frisbee already.
That's very cool.
And started manufacturing.
The fascinating thing about Ed Hendrick is that he's now dead, but you have some of his ashes in one of your frisbees.
Yeah, it was amazing. When he died, he decided that he was really keen to continue to keep flying his discs. So he had ashes from his cremation made into the plastic and put into discs.
Slightly odd, Bob. Right,
now, let's see your play.
Okay, so this is...
You've landed down the fairway, you're up to the hit. Now you're going to hold it
I'm just
nicely
aiming
flat,
for this.
And you're just going to shoot it into the basket.
And get it in, Bob. Come on.
If I was good.
Oh, good boy. Okay. Oh!
She's better than me.
That's quite good. You can hit the chains and that kind of pushes it in.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah, that is good.
The idea is you shoot it into the chains.
Oh!
We just took out the camera.
Nice, thanks, Mel. Ooh, I guess, too, the thing is we're nice and close, but at times you can be a whole lot further away. Is that the deal? I'm going to try one more from further away and try my skills. Here we go. Oh! Sorry, Aidan. Not good at all. Go, Bob. Show us how it's done. Oh, so close, so close. Thank you so much for coming in. That is very cool indeed.
Thank you for having me.
Brilliant. Agony Aunts, Buffy and Bimbo are coming up very, very shortly, and there is more details on disc golf on our website, of course. Back very soon.